Hey guys, this is James from TeaDB, episode 117. Welcome to the outdoor edition here in Bend with Yunnan Sourcing. We are drinking tea outside. I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, this is Denny and James from TeaDB.
Scott, Yunnan Sourcing. Shaya.
So what are we drinking, Scott?
We're gonna drink the 2015 Yunnan Sourcing Walong Village. It's a Iwu village raw Pu'erh.
And we are here in the mountains. I guess we're not really in the mountains. We're kind of in like a mountainous spring. We have an amazing cameraman who's in the actual creek. Will, thank you so much. You're awesome. And we're just enjoying some nature and some tea in nature. So.
Yep, this is Tumalo Creek, just outside of Bend, Oregon.
Right on. And this looks delicious and awesome. All right. And for the sake of brevity and audio, this might be a little bit of a shorter episode, but hopefully you guys enjoy it. Yeah, and hopefully you guys can hear us too. So. Yeah. Ooh. Nice and bitter, but not very stringent. Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Got like nice little fruit stuff. And some kind of herbal stuff. It's good. I would say that this is not quite my my comfort zone at home at my tea tray.
This is not the normal lab.
Yeah, it's not my normal lab, but first impressions are solid.
Right on. What do you guys think?
This is awesome. This is like, we're using the fresh Tumalo Creek water here. You know, it's
Snow melt.
Yeah, snow melt. It's beautiful water.
Hard to beat.
Hard to beat. Yeah.
We also have a special guest,
Lucy.
Lucy.
Hi,
Lucy.
She's very camera shy.
Yeah, Lucy's very excited.
Come on, Lucy, sit down. Lucy's got ants in her pants. Come on. Lucy, come on.
Thank you.
Come on, sit down. Sit down. Come on. Good girl. Sit down.
Yeah, let's do a little outro. Want to hold this for me? Yeah, shoot me.
Alright y'all, so we're gonna call it there. This has been one of the weirder episodes of TeaDB. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Check out YunnanSourcing.com and YunnanSourcing.us, as well as TaiwanOolongs.com. All really, really great stuff. We love Scott and Yunnan Sourcing, and we'll see you guys next time. Yeah, we're gonna keep drinking this tea. We're gonna keep drinking. Hey folks, so we're back from the mountains and the streams, back in Seattle, and we are going to. Our footage got cut off a little bit there. You might have noticed through the magic of editing, and so presumably,
yeah.
one would hope. And so we're gonna actually be finishing up this this tea here, and yeah. So we're back in Seattle. It's been a week. Had a lovely time in Bend.
Yep.
It was hot there, but it got survived. Cool at night. Yeah, we both survived. And it is hot here. Holy smokes.
And we are, and kind of like, Scott was saying, and I think the longer interview, it's like to properly evaluate tea and stuff, it's like good to kind of take it back to a familiar place and, and stuff like that. So that's what we're doing with this tea. And it was strong when we brewed it last. So I'm curious to see just kind of like different impressions and stuff.
Yeah, this will definitely be a different sort of brew. James, I think, brews a little bit lighter than Scott does.
Yep.
Which is saying something. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Nice and really, really green. It's really nice. Sweet smell. It was a record June. in terms of heat here in Seattle by like 4 degrees or something outrageous. So we definitely have hit the sweet spot in global warming. Thank you, previous generations of mess ups. We're living the dream. It's awesome. So anyway, it's way too hot to be drinking tea, let alone wearing a long sleeve. I don't know what.
But it's not too hot to get a little political.
Oh, damn. I knew I hired you for a reason, James. He doesn't get paid nothing.
I don't get paid shit,
He
man.
pays nothing.
Thank you, previous generations.
All right,
we're
let's drink
gonna-
some tea now.
yeah.
Let's stop politicizing,
Yeah.
politicking. Looks great.
Yeah, I'm gonna brew this again.
Yeah, really. I mean, it was like you were saying, there was so much going on. It was loud. There's some of these smells. We're with new people. There's this crazy dog. It was a cool place to drink tea, but it definitely is not. It wasn't as focused as, the lab or whatever you want to call it. Your place that you sit down every day or probably every day, realistically, and drink tea. So
Yeah.
this will be interesting. So let's give it a shot.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's definitely thin and light right now. It's got a really nice soft sweetness.
Mm-hmm. It's got, it's dramatically different from the brutality that we experienced last time. But, I think you can definitely feel the tea going into the throat and sort of like that returning sweetness back into the throat and the mouth.
I think it's a little bit more kind of like a floral sweetness, but it's hard to place.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. It's not at all astringent or bitter. So, quick reflections on the trip, James.
Yep.
What do you think? How was it?
It was good. We drank a lot of tea, and I think I learned a lot about just I don't know. It's just always good to reconnect with tea people. It can be kind of an isolating hobby out here in the West. And I'm going to extend this just a hot second to see if we can...
It's showing it. It's the liqueur is pretty light still, so...
Yeah. And I think it's still just opening up. But yeah, no, I thought it was good to connect with people, and I think it's always interesting to see other people's habits, and I learned a lot about just how Scott drinks tea and stuff that he can do, and I think we covered a lot of it in the interview of just things that you can do to just drink more tea, because Scott is obviously a highly prolific tea drinker himself.
Most definitely.
And so we got to witness a little bit of how he looks at things, how he chooses to source things. And I have a lot of respect for Scott and his operation and the way that he just valued tea on value and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think it is cool to see folks brew tea differently and have it be delicious. And it just teaches you to keep an open mind and kind of constantly try new stuff. So getting a little bit more of a hint of bitterness on this brew.
Yep, definitely.
Which I like. It's not at all astringent.
Yeah. I
It's
think
nice.
the body is enhanced, and if you can remember how I brewed that second one, it was still a flash brew.
Right.
So, and you guys can look back at the other episode and see how it was brewed before, and it was very strong. So, I mean, the way that Scott brews his tea, it tends to, especially for raw brew, I feel like it really intends to enhance the mouth and the body reaction to it.
Most definitely. Really tannin-y. And during the interview, you might notice that the tea is sitting there, and I don't think it was actually accidental.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, and at first I was like, oh man, it's going to be intense, and then it kept happening. I was like, wow, this is just going to be intense.
Yeah.
Which is cool, it's good to sort of just dive into accept the raw nature of Pu'erh, so to speak, and go for it. So,
Yeah.
what are you thinking about this tea, though? I think it's
very good.
Yeah.
I noticed, it says something that our bodies weren't, just didn't, explode / vomit / just sweat come all over. I mean, some of that happened, actually.
It's happening right
now.
now.
But my stomach felt fine, and I think that's kind of a testament to the quality of the tea, because it definitely wasn't the brewing being light.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
and you're using less tea in this steeping, this is going to go for a long time. And one of actually the cool parts about using a small gaiwan, I find, is that the steepings, like, for some reason, just tend to go longer. Maybe I'm just kind of overestimating the amount of tea that I use, because I switched to a small gaiwan like this one. Actually identical to that one, to be honest.
What do you mean the steepings tend to go longer?
I tend to get more steepings per amount of tea leaf.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I actually found something, I think, vaguely similar, that I tend to get more steepings just in general out of gaiwan, and I think it has to do with the heat, in the sense that you're getting more per steep, maybe, out of like a vessel. And smaller vessels just in general are going to cool down quicker, which could be another thing that you could kind of bring back to sort of like that heat argument.
Yeah.
I mean, really small stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you're a novice tea drinker, then...
It matters, though.
Yeah, for sure.
It has an impact. Look at that color really evolve and get much more yellow, too. So.
Yeah. One other thing I learned from Scott, just pouring up high is like nice to cool it down so you can just drink sooner.
Right, most definitely. An easy way to just insulate, especially if you're using clay. So.
But yeah, I think this tea is really thickened up and it's become really nice in the past few steeps. So.
Let's give one more shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Now it's definitely got bitterness to it.
Yeah, a little bit of smokiness, more of that like kind of classic raw, young raw taste. It's really nice, energizing, warming, and this was a delicious treat. And it was so fun to go out there. I just want to say thanks again to Scott.
Yeah.
For hosting us. It was just a delight, and cool to meet folks that you get along with and can share a connection with, and also cool to meet folks that you can get along with, share a connection with one thing, and then also just be able to, have a good time together.
And hang out.
Hang out.
Yeah.
So thanks again, Scott, for hosting us.
Yeah, thanks very much.
And James, if folks want to learn more about the tea...
Yeah, they should check us out at TeaDB.org. Hit that subscribe button below. Go to Yunnan Sourcing as well. There are very few teas that Scott does not cover in his site at this point, now that he started to source Taiwanese oolongs as well.
Right.
So, just a lot of good teas, and I think Scott's philosophy, and I don't think he'd get mad at me for saying this, really focuses on a lot of value. So there's a lot of different tiers to the pricing. You can buy the cheaper stuff. You can also buy more expensive, nicer teas, kind of like this one.
Yeah.
But would totally recommend his stuff. We've reviewed a lot of his stuff on the show, so check out some of our other reviews.
Yeah, and until next time, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.